Hey everybody, this is AskJoshy. I'm here with Zoia, who is managing the Tempo Storm Heroes of the Storm team. Do you want to tell everyone about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Zoia. I've been in esports for about 4 years now. I used to be a StarCraft commentator. Now moved into Heroes of the Storm where I do show hosting, commentary, and now I'm the manager and coach of Tempo Storm.
Manager and coach. Sorry, I omitted that one.
That one's less important.
Yeah. All right. So what is Tempo Storm Heroes all about? What are some of your major accomplishments?
We just won WCA. We are the North American champions for that. We get to go to China in December. They also were formerly known as SMG. They were the dominating team throughout the Alpha, 8 months straight, almost undefeated. And now we're looking to go into the road to BlizzCon, win all of those, win the regionals, and then go to BlizzCon and hopefully win that as well.
All right. With that championship in WCA North America, do you think that cements your team as the top team in North America, or is there still some question there?
I don't know if it cements us just yet. It's a new roster, and it was the very first LAN, so the teams have to adjust to that. Maelstrom has had us the last 2 tournaments. They beat us in Titan Arena as well as the ESL Major League. So I don't know if it cements us as #1, but it's definitely a good step in the right direction.
Excellent. So do you want to describe just the North American pro scene for us a little bit? I know we got Tempo Storm and Cloud9 Maelstrom battled it out for WCA, but what are some of the other teams to look out for?
You have Cloud9 Vortex and Zevron, 2 of the more not up and coming. They've been around for a few months now, but they're definitely fighting for that top 3 spot right now. You also have Cognitive Gaming and 2Arc, who are also been around. 2Arc's been around since the beta, or the alpha actually. So those 6 teams are really the top teams in NA. NA is kind of almost lacking in teams. You have everyone's just rushing to the game right now, but not too many people know about the competitive scene yet. So we're really pushing to get more teams out there, because right now we only have those 6 teams, and 6 isn't enough for a full team. We have these leagues that are 8 teams, and we can barely fill those. So definitely looking to hopefully expand into more teams in NA.
Yeah, hopefully, the more teams that enter the space, the more you guys have to practice with, and it just generally benefits everyone. So that sounds great. Can you tell us a little bit about people looking into Heroes of the Storm competitive scene? What are the top things you have to keep in mind when you're putting a team together?
Team synergy is very important. In League of Legends and Dota, you can just get 5 mechanically skilled players, and for the most part, they would work together. This game's a little bit different, where it requires a lot of teamwork, a lot of synergy. You have to be able to work together, because it's always, from the get-go, you are moving as one, through objectives, through merc camps. You have to be able to work as one, and if there's any bantering, if there's any disagreements, it can really cause teams to struggle. We've seen that happen several times in NA, where a team struggles because they don't have the best synergy. So the important thing is finding players that you get along with and do well with that.
Gotcha. So do you think, would you feel comfortable saying that you could take a less mechanically skilled player if they're able to listen and cooperate with their team better?
Yes, mechanics can be taught, but if they have a bad attitude or mindset about the game, that's a little bit harder to work around. There have been plenty of mechanically skilled players in the NA scene so far that, they play like gods, but they just don't get along with their team, or there's just no synergy there, and they end up falling out. As long as you're willing to put in the work, because anyone can become mechanically skilled if they put the work into it, but the mindset's the important thing.
Gotcha. So what's sort of your, I know you said you're a manager and a coach, so you've got kind of 2 roles, but what is a daily look at your operation for Tempo Storm? What are you doing personally to help the team succeed?
Right now, I set up all our scrims, make sure that we have teams played every night, and make sure that we're focused during it. That's the most important thing, is you're not just playing, but you're focusing. Sometimes you like to get a little loopy or have some fun, which is fine. It's important to have fun, but you have to make sure you're trying your hardest and improving at that. Outside of just the team's practice, TempoStorm.com just started producing Heroes of the Storm guides. We have our hero guides and our map guides, so I interview new riders, and we're constantly looking for up-and-coming talent in the scene as well, potentially to either start a second team or help people find out. Because right now, again, like I said before, the scene's really small in North America. If you look at the European scene, they have 40 teams to 60 teams sign up for their Go for Heroes, where we sometimes barely break 10. So it's a lot of work, but it's just, studying the scene as well as I can. And it's not just our scene as well. You have to see what the Europeans are doing, the Koreans are doing, the Chinese are doing, because everyone has their own unique metas, and there's something to be taught from each of them.
Gotcha. Very helpful advice. What are some lessons that you've learned from competitive Heroes of the Storm? I know that you said you've got StarCraft 2 experience. This is a new game, new environment. What are you learning as a manager of Tempo Storm?
Oh man, the day-to-day runnings of a business is the main thing. I was just a caster for StarCraft 2. All I did was talk about the game, but with the podcast and the shows and the streaming, it's more, you have more eyes on you, so you have to be able to not only push the Heroes game itself, but push your own brand. And then from the Tempo Storm side of things, you have to, it's actually just like run like a business. You have to be able to talk to sponsors, which is, that was a shocking thing. The very first thing, because I've known Frodan for a while, and he's the one that's like, we need to go into Heroes, and I trust you. My very first job as the Tempo Storm Heroes manager was find a house. I've never bought a house before.
That isn't a unique esports responsibility.
That it's just like every day there's a new curveball thrown at you, and you just have to learn to adapt to it. At first it was like, find a house. Let's get the logistics of moving players out here and stuff. That was all very difficult to adjust to at first, but now it's just a new step every day.
Yeah.
And just it's a lot of fun.
Sweet. Let's talk about Heroes of the Storm itself. What do you think are some of the best reasons that players should give Heroes of the Storm a look?
Heroes of the Storm, well, besides being the Blizzard universes, who doesn't like Diablo, WoW, and Warcraft and StarCraft, but it's so different than the other MOBAs. It's got its own universes. Each map is different. And the most important thing is it's fun to play with your friends. Where, League of Legends, you can queue up for that, and it's just, you're playing by yourself, and you're doing your own thing. You don't even really have to communicate with your team at all. As long as you're playing your game, and you're doing it well, you can win games. But with Heroes, it's very different because it's more team-focused. And when you get a win, it feels like you guys accomplished something together. It's more rewarding when you win like that. So I think that's my favorite part about it.
Yep. So the game just launched. Do you feel that there's anything that could be done to be like a big upgrade or a huge improvement to the game?
The InGame Observer client could use a little bit of touching up. It's important that you have all the important details for the viewers so they understand what's going on, but without it being too cluttered. Right now it's very, there's not much clutter at all. It looks very pretty, but, when you have to show talents, when you have to look at damage done and stuff, it's not, we have to use third-party observer interfaces and stuff, so it's not the best thing. And the draft screen as well. The draft is a huge part of Heroes of the Storm. It's one of the most important parts right now, and we have to use third-party websites to be able to get the draft. So those two things, just to make it more friendly for viewers, because the game is fun to play, and it's definitely fun to watch, but if someone's tuning in for the first time and it's not, it's confusing, and they're like, well, I didn't see this in game, what's happening? Why don't I get access to this? It can confuse them pretty easily.
Gotcha. All right, anything else you'd like to talk about regarding Tempo Storm? Maybe life at the house, any anecdotes or anything like that?
Oh, life at the house is pretty crazy. It's amazing how you learn so much about your friends when you know them online, but meeting them in person is a completely different beast to tackle. And going through that day to day is very fun. We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/TempoStormHeroes, where we're going to be uploading a lot of house content soon. We have a weird fascination with Nerf guns right now, where all of us are buying $40-$50 like the high-tech Nerf guns, and we've been having wars with those in the house, so that's pretty fun.
Nice. All right, so let's go ahead and move on, and let's talk about maybe some sponsor shout-outs and where we might find more Tempo Storm content in the future. All
right, so you can check out all the streams. If you follow Tempo Storm on Twitter, it's just Tempo_Storm. You can see plenty of tweets for when the team is streaming. We just launched our Tempo Storm Heroes of the Storm section of the website. Just go to TempoStorm.com. At the top, click Guides, and you go to the Heroes of the Storm section, where we have we just released a Dragonshire guide, and we have a lot of hero guides for the competitive scene. So if you're looking for those guides, you can check that out. Shout out to our sponsors, Twitch, G2A, Namecheap, and Funk. They're the ones that pay for the house. They're the ones that make all this come true. We get to travel around America, and soon we're going to go into China, which is crazy to me. China, that's so cool. And for me personally, you can follow me at Tempo Zoia on Twitter. My stream is Zoia TV. I've been streaming a lot lately, and there's one more thing. Oh yeah, Town Hall Heroes is a podcast we do every single week. Make sure you guys check that out over at twitch.tv/SolidJakeGG every single Wednesday night, where we talk Heroes of Storm content, have pros from all the best teams on it, and that's a really good way to get your foot, step into the waters for the competitive scene.
All right, thanks a lot, Zoya. It was great talking to you.
Appreciate it, man.
I'll catch you next time.
Take care.